everyone. Welcome
Hello.
welcome to the introductory episode to the Inner Excursions podcast
Inner
that we
Excursion.
decided on. Inner Excursions. My name's Heather Quick. I'm here with Stacy Katz,
Hello.
and we are both coaches who love to help people suffer less, create more success, and love being human. Hi, Stacy.
Heather. Hello, everybody. Falling in love with just being human. It's a
Yeah.
journey. It's
Yeah.
an excursion. So
So Stacy and I just met at a retreat. We had such a wonderful time, and now we're doing this project together. So today we're going to introduce what we mean by inner excursions. Um, Stacy and I have done so much personal development, healing, inner work with masters, right? But man, when we got together in a Jeep Wrangler in Maui, Hawaii.
highly recommend. Highly recommend
Yeah.
making deep connections in Hawaii in a Jeep. I mean,
Yeah. We had the most amazing
take off.
conversation. Then we were like, let's keep talking. Let's not stop
Ever.
ever. So we're here creating this podcast called Inner Excursions because we love what getting to know our minds has done for what our well-being, our experience of life,
I
right? Our
think
relationships.
what I've learned is an inner excursion, you can radically change everything in your world and nobody else and no other factors have to change. And
Right.
that is um, just your whole world can change and nobody has to do anything differently.
Right. Right.
And that's real power. That's that's real power
Yes.
and freedom.
Yes. So, I love a goal. I love finding success and helping people find success. But, is it all just about that? No. Like, to me, the most important thing is our lived experience. And so I love finding new ways to think, right? And new ways to be with myself to help me create more of what I want in my life, but also just to love being alive, love being human. And that's what I call being fully bloomed. It's like, yes, I want to do all the things I want to do, but I want to feel great while I do it. And great doesn't always mean, remember, so in our Jeep, we made this distinction, everything is fun.
Yeah.
Remember that?
We
Yeah.
chose it. We create it.
We chose it because what I mean by, loving my human experience, it doesn't mean, right, to be like, quote, happy all the time or feel, quote, good all the time. Like it's about embracing the human experience in its totality.
Absolutely. I in 2022, I went through a very deep year of grieving. My father passed, businesses died, people go, was basically a shit show. And I really got the opportunity to use these, put the things I've learned into practice, like as a daily, like if you don't go
Yeah.
to I needed this for survival.
Yeah.
And I created the term, I'm just in the atlas of aliveness. Like
Mm.
we live like there's a treasure trail and an X marks the spot. And when I get there, when I
Yeah.
get the relationship, I get the job, when there's more money in the bank, it'll be better.
Yeah.
And what I realized in these past few years is that loving wherever the fuck I am on the map. And the
Mhm.
loving, like you said, loving, like I'm not liking it. I don't
Right.
want to be in the sad place,
Yeah.
but being sad about being sad,
Yeah.
being ashamed about being ashamed,
Yeah.
being depressed about being depressed, big card carrying member of that club for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I think we mean by just blooming, loving it all is radical acceptance and tenderness and gentleness with whatever we're experiencing. So you're
Yeah.
not in resistance about depressed about being depressed, ashamed about being ashamed. You're just ashamed. You're just
Right.
depressed.
Right. You're
Like,
just having a human experience. Right. And
yeah,
nothing's wrong. I think that's
nothing's
the core of
wrong
it.
with
Nothing's wrong.
feeling shitty, but you don't have to feel shitty about feeling shitty. And it really
Right.
like accelerates getting out of that place. Or
Well, right. Yes. Amazing. What I'm really excited to do on this Inner Excursions, in these conversations is offer people new places to stand. So, to me, I love this map idea, right? I talk about my inner map. I've just been creating this map, right, of the world or of reality. And with each inner excursion, I would love to offer, or we can discover new places to stand, right? That have a better view, right?
Mm,
And not that there's, when you're on a map, when you're on a, piece of land, there's no like right place to stand. But if you stand at the top of the hill, it looks like this. When you stand at the bottom, right, of the valley, it looks like that. And you know what? I kind of want to go everywhere. I'm not
mm,
saying
yeah.
like only
Yeah.
the top of the hill, right? I want to
Yeah.
like explore all of the landscape. I want to see all of it,
Yeah.
right? And I want it all to be part of my wholeness.
That's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm excited about this idea of inner excursions because let's take a trip somewhere, right?
Mm,
Let's go into our shame and, right, be with it in a new way. Let's go into our doubt and be with it in a new way. Let's go into our desires and be with them in a new way that really embraces this human experience and helps us stand in a spot that gives us more freedom and power to create the world that we crave, right? We kind of all grow up and learn that this is, the specific way the world is, right? We each have our own idea about that, but, you know, that's not the end, right? As full-blown humans, we can create our own reality. And yeah, I'm hoping these conversations can help others learn to do that too.
100%. And, so much of the news and the culture and what we're fed growing up, getting straight A's, going to school, getting that job, a lot of job transitions. And it always, what we're fed is somebody needs to approve you. Somebody needs to let you have that job. Somebody needs to accept you. How did the date go? Is he going to call me back? Is she going to call me back? And so much of our power is external.
Yep.
And the work that we do is really having people understand that there's so much within us that we can create. And I call it thought surgery. It's
Hmm.
it's like really looking at your thoughts
Yep.
and knowing that we are powerful creators and we can create. This isn't working. I hope they call me back. I'm in the waiting place.
Yep.
Or we can create. There are infinite opportunities available all the time.
Yes.
And really helping people understand and having us understand in conversation that so much is possible when we do an internal excursion, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we debated back and forth. It was an internal, and I asked some people I love, and I was, is it an internal excursion? Is it an expedition? Because, and somebody said to me, well, it's an expedition because when
Right.
you're doing internal work, that's intense and it's
Right.
work and and I'm like, actually, I'd like to lean into the excursion part of it. Like, can it just be
Yeah.
gentle? Can it be something that we're just curious and wondering about?
Yes.
Right? It doesn't have to be with your pitchforks and we might fall off the freaking mountain when
No.
some people don't summit. Like that's not
Right.
it.
What if we were going for a beautiful saunter,
Yeah.
right, in the woods? And what if we came back from each saunter with, a wheelbarrow full of gold, right? That is more useful for in more areas of life, right? Than any one single huge breakthrough, right? That feels really intense and scary. Like I'm all about all of this can be accomplished or shifted. We can get where we want to go. I like to call it, there's acupuncture where you stick needles in. You can do that, right? That's beautiful. I like to think of, when I'm coaching, it's just like acupressure. Like, let's just touch that,
Mm.
right? And see what's new there. Like we can love this whole process. This is all about releasing shame and increasing the love,
Yeah.
right? And I love an adventure too, man.
Yeah.
I, you
We're
know,
intense. We
yeah,
love adventure. We love, yeah.
I ran in a thunderstorm today. It started thunderstorming when I was on my run, and all these people ran under, and I still had one more lap to do around the lake. And I was like, I'm going,
So
right?
you,
Like,
Heather. I love
what's
it.
gonna happen? And so I ran. So I'm all about the intensity, but I love like the expedition feels like we got to go somewhere and get something, and that's a cool vibe. But man, I love an excursion where like I'm just gonna go see what's out there.
Yeah.
right? I'm just going to go have a really good time. Um, when you said excursions, or when whoever one of us brought up the word excursion, what came to mind immediately, the year after I was married, we took this cruise, and that's what they call it. You stop at 5 different
Oh, yeah.
places or something along the cruise, and you had to choose, do you want to take an excursion this day? Right? And it's an explore, right? And
Yes.
it's explore snorkeling, or it's an explore over there to that beach, or it's an explore, right? But it was going to find beauty, every single
Mm.
one of them.
Yes.
And so let's go find the beauty,
Yeah.
right? How can we make this human experience the most beautiful that
I
it can be?
love that. And, I love an expedition. I love an adventure.
Yeah.
And for most of my life, I just freaking attacked it all. Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
And, you know, I think that life gives us enough intensity and hustle and working and hardcore. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just going to the grocery store these days, right?
Yeah.
And if we can cultivate a practice of being with ourselves, that's, how often do we tune into wonder? How often do we turn
Mhm.
into curiosity? How
Yeah.
often do we turn into tenderness? How
Yeah.
often do we turn into like allowing and really just being in non-judgment of
Yeah.
ourselves and others? And that's sort of the energy of like looking for shells on the beach. Like we can really love the crap out of wherever the hell we are,
Yeah.
even if we don't like it.
Absolutely.
I just think that's really like next level ninja shit. It's like,
Next level ninja shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
What if, and this is all just possibilities. I like to say, nothing I say is the truth,
Yeah.
right? And I don't have
And
a
I
corner
believe
on the
you.
truth. Yeah, I don't have a corner on the truth. But man, finding a new possibility to stand in,
Mm.
right? That really serves is my favorite. And so I just am excited for us to stand in the possibility that everything is fun,
Yeah.
right? Everything can be fun, just like we did in that Jeep, our grief, and I don't mean, when kids have fun, when kids are playing on the playground, they can be really serious about it, right? Like they can be, we're moving this mulch in a pile over here. No, you do it this way. No, you do it this way. And so what if we put all of life, all the things that happen in life, right, into that framework? Let's
Yeah.
just see. Let's just see what would come out,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, what
Yeah.
the result would be. Yeah. You know, when you said a relationship with yourself, I remembered in our retreat when we talked about being a friend to yourself, right? What if someone could listen to a few conversations that we have on here and leave knowing how to be a better friend to themselves so they can walk around their whole life, right, with
Mm,
a friend in their head instead of a bully, or
totally.
right? That would be a dream come true. Let's make that.
Yeah. And you just said something really important because it's the how. I really want
Mhm.
to unpack our toolboxes that we use
Yes.
in our lives because there's enough, let's be real, there's enough TED Talks and podcasts and books out there, right? That's an intellectual exercise.
Yeah.
So we all know that we should be friends to ourselves. We know we should be nicer to
Uh-huh.
ourselves. And nobody knows how.
Yep.
You're like, okay, great. I know I should.
Yep.
And I don't want to contribute to another shitting all over yourselves or me.
Right.
So,
Right.
I think our one of the intentions I'd love to throw into our inner excursions is, yesterday was a hot mess. I was
Yeah.
judging myself all over the place
Yeah.
and how I got back to the love.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're going to unpack our toolbox because I've
Yeah.
spent hundreds of $1,000s on this toolbox,
Yes.
decades, and my intention is everybody gets it faster, cheaper, better
Yes.
than
Yes.
how I
Yes.
got it.
Spread it around. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Faster, better, cheaper
Yes.
than where I am now. And thank God I got it and I have it and I'm doing
Right.
it and I'm
Right.
learning
Right.
and more people need access.
Absolutely. If I could help one other person know about the possibility that life can feel as grand and wonderful and beautiful as I've discovered it can feel, then
Yeah.
I can die satisfied. So, yeah, thank you for being on this journey with me,
Oh
Stacy.
my gosh. I am so excited to travel with you internally, inner. And I do want to say that, I spent a good part of my life, I call her internet, I think I told you this, international Stacy. So
Yes.
I spent before most of my money I've spent on personal development and travel.
Yeah.
Those are my two pillars for me. There's
Yeah.
family and I have a son and but really that's what I prioritize. Is what means the most to me. And International Stacy is so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, she is amazing. And I thought that, or for a long time, I was trying to go somewhere,
Yeah.
some geography, some culture where I could tap into feeling more free, more present, more alive, more connected. And it wasn't until I hit some very dark, deep ditches that I realized I needed to put that effort into traveling internally in myself to find the places inside of me where I could feel free and self-expressed
Mm-hmm.
and joy and aliveness.
Yeah.
And, so I have a client who last year, climbed 3 mountain peaks and, lived in the jungles. And I said, if you could spend that time and energy and resources exploring your internal landscape
Mm.
back to your real life, you
Mm-hmm.
can have those feelings with you all the time.
Yes.
So I'm International Stacy now wherever I go.
Yes.
And that I think is
Yes.
like my ultimate, my ultimate. I
Yep.
am Spain. I am Portugal. I am a relaxing vacation.
And yeah, whatever we experience on these inner excursions, right? We get to keep it. Just like when you come in,
Yeah.
you get to remember
Yeah.
the view. It's the same, right? So, yeah, I'm excited to have so many conversations with you. And yeah, I'll see you guys.